Welcome to another virtual adult improv show with the LA Connection players. I'm Ken Sco, the founder and owner of the LA Connection. We're celebrating 47 years of dishing out fine comedy improv at Theater in Burbank, and we do live on YouTube every 4 weeks. We do different games with different players. Today it's a long-form game called Reality House, and I'll tell you more about that in just a second. Let's meet the cast, starting with Andrew. He's still learning to mute and unmute. He's only been with us for, I think, about 13 years now.
Hey,
there you go.
Hope you're all doing fun.
That's good. And now there's Brian, who's right next to you, laughing at your mistake. Let's see if he's unmuted.
I have been here for 14 years and know how to unmute myself.
Lydia, who's just learning how to unmute.
Just learning. I'm only 5 years old, so.
That was weird. Her mouth didn't move. That was strange. Okay, and James, who knows all about muting.
Hey, Internet. Apparently I know all about muting.
And Zoe, or we can call her Zoe. What is her name?
It's Zoe, but everyone calls me Zoe, so I just roll with it.
And a new hat guy named Nick. He doesn't talk. He just wears hats. Okay, well, today we're going to be doing a game called Reality House. And I'm going to have all you guys just take off for a second. That way, if you want to get into any other character, get ready, and I'll bring you all back out here. Reality House was a game we did in short form, kind of like Big Brother or Real World, where they all lived in the same house for X number of days. Most of the time, it was around 30 days. And then the cameras would come rolling back in and talk about, what's going on in there. Some of them had kind of like archetypes when we first did it, like accident prone or germaphobe, macho, an asshole, gossip, neurotic. So we had all these different kind of things in the house before. It was about a 20-minute game, and it was a lot of fun. But now we stretched it into a whole game. So that's a whole hour of Reality House here today. And we're bringing our cameras into the house. You can see the house behind me. It's a great house out here in Los Angeles County. We're not actually in Los Angeles. We're out near Calabasas. And we're going to bring everybody in right now into our Calabasas house. We've had them all out here for 30 days. So they've all lived in the house. They all have their own separate rooms and separate bathrooms, of course. The ladies live on one side of the house. The gentlemen live on the other. And let's kind of go over a little bit first. We're going to introduce all the players who've been selected. The fun thing is they're child stars. And we decided, let's do our theme this time as child stars. We've done divorcees, we've done parolees, we've done all sorts of stuff. So this show is going to be child stars who get to live in the house. Some of them may have known each other from previous shows they've worked on, but all of them don't work anymore, and all of them have now been arrested. That's right. For various means, various reasons, they were arrested. So as we all read in the paper all the time, the kid was a big child star, maybe a film or sitcom or some show, and now all of a sudden, maybe a singer, now they're on our show, Reality House. Let's start with Andrew. Andrew worked on Amanda Bynes' show, and you had drug possession. So tell us a little bit about your working on the show. What did you do? And tell us a little bit what happened. How did you get busted?
Yeah, when I was working on the show, it was really great. Amanda was great. It was awesome. We were friends. I had asked her one day to come over and, smoke a little pot, just to unwind. Apparently she didn't like that and went to the producers and actually got me arrested because of that.
I see. And how long were you incarcerated?
About 6 months. It wasn't too long.
Okay. Well, thank you. Okay. We'll be talking to you throughout the show. Let's move over to Brian, the Wizard of Oz remake and vehicular manslaughter. Let's talk about you.
Yeah. So, back in the 90s, they were going to try to remake The Wizard of Oz. Back then they were trying to do all these like sequels and spin-offs, and they were like, these aren't working. Let's just go back to the main one. And they had pulled me in. I'd been on a couple of TV shows before that, and they pulled me in to be like the head munchkin, the one that does like the lollipop guild kind of thing. That was going to be me. Eventually, they just ended up not doing the movie, but I was still there, got paid for my time, yada yada yada. And then you move down a decade or two, and you're out driving in Hollywood Hills, and you go on Mulholland Drive. It's very windy, very curvy, and next thing you know, you're slamming into somebody and getting locked up for it.
Okay, so obviously we're assuming this is around a curb. You were not under the influence of anything?
No. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
you know how it's at nighttime. It was like 10 p.m. Very dark, not enough street
Yeah.
lamps up at the top, and the guy was doing his little nightly run or whatever around the curve, and smackaroonie.
Wow.
There he goes.
And how many months or years were you incarcerated?
I got off pretty lucky, honestly. I only got 1 year, so
1 year,
that was pretty
okay.
good.
All
Yeah.
right. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move over to Lydia. So Lydia, you worked on, what's that say there? I can't read that. What's it say?
Well,
Shake and
it's
bake?
fun. It's sweet of you to pretend like you don't know, but
Okay.
so I was the shake and bake girl.
Okay.
I did their commercials for 4 years, traveled around the country doing, prize giveaways and
Okay.
things like that. And yeah. And since then, I've been doing a lot of charity work. Okay, I guess you want me to talk about why I was arrested.
Yes, please.
That was indecent exposure.
Uh-huh.
And I was just trying to bring awareness to the fact that there are people all over the world who don't have clothes and
Oh,
aren't
I see.
wearing them.
Okay. And where did this
Yeah,
happen?
there are certain tribes
Right.
where they just are naked all the time.
Right.
And
Okay. Where did this occur here?
oh, for me,
Yes.
oh, it was downtown. I mean,
Yeah.
it was on LA. It was by the Star, the Walk of Stars.
Okay. Hollywood Boulevard.
That's
Okay.
where you get your picture taken. So I
Okay.
was
All right. All right. Well, thank you,
doing my
Lydia.
best.
They do have a lot of people dress up in different costumes. I guess nudity is one. James, Pet Rocks, the series.
Yeah, I was on Pet Rocks, a series from ages 10 to 13. I
Okay.
played Randy, and they tried to make Pet Rocks relevant for kids again. And everybody's pet rock had a special power, and mine was invisibility. But then the negative reviews started coming in, and I didn't really like those kind of vibes that those negative reviews were really throwing off.
Right.
And I clubbed one of those shit writers with my pet rock.
So you hit a writer. Was this a writer from a local newspaper, and where did this occur?
Yeah, this was on set. It was caught on film. It kind of went a little bit viral before viral. When it surfaced.
Wait, let's do it. This writer was critiquing your show. He's on the set critiquing the show.
Yeah.
And somehow you brought him into the shot and hit him with a rock. Your
No,
pet rock?
he was writing this stuff off to the side. I could see him. I could see what he was doing. I was in the middle of my scene. It was really agitating.
So you just ran off your scene and went and hit him with a pet rock.
I didn't run. Okay, I stood my ground. I saw him. He was writing, and right then and there, I ended it.
Like you killed him?
Well, I stopped him from writing.
Oh, okay. So, okay, good. So how long were you in?
I got 2 years.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you were a juvenile still. Okay. All right. Let's move over to Zoe. Okay, Zoe. As I see, you were on Full House, and let's talk about that experience and what did you do to get incarcerated?
So I was Jumbo on Full House. I was the rough and tumble child that got into all these silly antics with Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on there for a few seasons, kind of on and off, whenever they needed a little more drama. And went to go show my kids on Netflix my episodes. And it looks like, and it turns out that they edited me out of those episodes. And I called my agent, and they said, yeah, well, we didn't technically have a contract for you at the time. It was kind of like, it was like a whole 90s thing. And I went ahead and lit that house in San Francisco on fire.
Mm.
Um,
And how old were you at
yeah,
this time?
about 12.
12. And so you were able to light a house on fire. I mean, what did you get? Some gasoline, or how did you get the whole house? Because one match is not going to light the whole house on fire. You have to put gasoline. You had to think about this.
Yeah, well, so it's very easy to just go to a gas station and just fill one of those plastic things with gas. It's just and no one questioned it. I mean, and you can just lie. I said it's for my dad.
Right.
Wasn't after all.
12-year-old getting gas. It's weird. Yeah. Now, so we're assuming there was nobody in the house because obviously no one died, so you had been in prison a lot longer for that.
Yeah,
Okay. So
for better for worse.
How long were you in prison?
I was in prison for about 8 years.
8 years. Wow. That
Yeah,
must have been a pretty bad fire.
yeah.
Yeah. Did any other houses nearby, neighbor houses, get burnt down as well?
Yeah,
How many total houses burned?
3.5.
Okay, 3.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just hope the people were in the half. Okay, well, thank you so much, Zoe. Okay, let's go over to Nick, the Lifetime film, and you incited violence.
Right, yeah. So, well, we can start back when I was a Lifetime film star. I was young. I was like 11 to 16 years old, and well, I mean, at the beginning, I was born in Glendale to a very wealthy family, and they were able to put me in these movies, and then when I was 17, they sent me to England for my schooling, which is where I got this accent. I came back when I was about to turn 19, and then in my early 20s, I realized that when I'm wearing this hat, I can hear the message of God,
Gold?
and God,
Oh, God. Okay, okay.
God. Right, I can hear the message of God.
Right.
Right, and
Did you, can I just stop you for a moment? Did you kill a bear? Are you wearing like bear skin?
well, I didn't kill a bear, but
But that is
other
bear
people
skin?
is bear skin. Right, I've got
Okay.
a lot of people who trust my word, and they've come from all reaches of the world. So we rent a house actually in the Glendale Hills. Just actually quite looks like this one, and
Yeah.
we we all live together, and they trust the words of the Lord that He speaks to me through my hat. And
Okay, all right. Well, we're getting
even
off subject
before
here.
I
I
was
don't need to
ready.
hear about your Lord hat
Well,
stuff.
no.
What?
This is related. We rented this house, right? And this is where the Lord told me that all of the good things in this world could be found in Beverly Hills, and that we were to be graced with these good things if we were to bring weapons. So we brought weapons to Beverly Hills, right? And we were graced with some good things, except for I was unfortunately, as well as several of our other associates, we were arrested.
Oh,
And
well, you've been burglarized, or because it says for you induced a riot. So
right, no, I induced the riot. I wasn't actually there. I told everyone to go there and bring me the good things. It didn't quite work
I
out.
see. So everybody, so there's a whole riot thing. It sounds like burglary as well.
Quite right, yeah.
Okay,
But
so
it wasn't me.
you burglarized the stores, created pandemonium in Beverly Hills,
Absolutely.
and they were going to bring it back to you, but the police got there first.
No. The police got there quite. They got to the riot, but they ended up finding me about
I
about a
see.
month later.
A month later.
Some of the people I thought were loyal weren't quite as loyal to me as I thought. So they talked,
Okay.
and the police found me, and then I got sentenced to jail
How
for
long?
inciting violence and
How long?
so 12 years.
12 years.
But I actually got out after only 8 years on good behavior. I got real chummy with the
Okay.
guards, you know.
All right. Well, let's do this. We're going to do individual interviews. I know you moved to Glendale because there's lots of bears up there. You can stay out here with me, Nick, since we've been talking. We'll continue our conversation, and I'll be calling each one of you individually. Okay. So, where did you skin this bear?
I didn't skin a bear. No, I'm telling you, I've got people who have come from all over to listen to the word of the Lord talking through my hat.
Okay. Can you talk to me if you take your hat off?
Well, I can talk to you if I take my hat off. God
Then
can talk
the
to
Lord
me.
doesn't. Is the Lord talking to you now while I'm talking to you?
Oh, he only talks to me occasionally. He's a busy man.
Okay,
He's
so
busy.
occasionally he talks.
Occasionally, yeah.
When's the last time you and the Lord talked?
Oh, we talked this morning while I was eating my Oaties.
Okay. What were
It's
you eating?
oatmeal for you Americans.
Oatmeal. Okay. Well, you are American, and you went
Well, I
over there
know.
and just took an accent. And now you're pretending like you're
I'm not
from England.
pretending. No, I'm actually. It's a real accent. It's how it develops.
You're an
It's very
actor.
fun.
You were an
No,
actor. You've always been an
no, I'm
actor.
not an actor.
And
I'm
the
not.
thing is, you haven't been working that much, and I heard that you are like you saying that you're saying something about Zoe. You started to get her into your hat. What was going on with that?
Well, Lord was telling me that Zoe, right, she's gonna burn down the house, right.
To burn down this house now.
Well, that's why I think that I need to get everybody else in the house to do something about it. You know, if everybody in the house.
Are you just saying that to get her kicked off the show?
No, I think she's gonna burn down the house.
Okay. Okay.
Isn't that a problem? The walls aren't made of stone like they are
Okay.
in Europe.
Okay. Did God tell you to go into Lydia's room so she could strip for you?
No, I just wanted to do that. Lydia
Get that
told
on
me
your-
she always gets naked between 8 and 8:30, and anyone's welcome to come and see.
Anybody. So anybody in the house can
Well,
go.
yeah. No, the other night it was 3 of us.
Who were the other two?
Oh, it was James and Zoe.
Okay. So Zoe likes to go watch the strips too.
I can't tell you. I think all of us have gone to see at least once.
Okay.
Maybe she brought James because it was her comfort. I'm not sure. They might be
Comfort.
close.
What do you mean?
I
James
don't know.
is.
I don't talk to them. But they seem to
You
be
don't
nice
talk to
and-
James?
Well, I don't talk to them much. They seem to be nice and cozy, those two. I like to watch people. I talk to them a little bit. I need to figure them out.
What
before
about
I
Brian? What about Brian? What's your relationship with Brian been the last 30
Brian,
days?
good friends yet? No, I talk to Brian all the time. We're
You do?
cozy. Yeah.
You have a cozy relationship with Brian. What about Andrew?
Andrew and I were working on it. You know,
Uh-huh.
I had Oaties this morning and last, so I think we're doing good.
He's never gone in to see any of the naked shows?
Well, no, I think he has. He's told me he has. I've never seen him go.
I see. He seems to be kind of into himself, kind of quiet guy.
Well, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with being.
You got to kind of pull stuff out of him sometimes, I think.
Well, it's okay. That's what I've been trying to talk to him. I couldn't observe much about it.
Okay. Well, it was good talking with you. You're going to be a chance to talk with some other people.
Yeah.
Okay, send Brian in if you would, okay?
Brian!
Okay, so,
Where's Nick? Thought I heard him call for me.
well, it's individual time. So Nick said you and him are
Oh.
getting along. So why do you
Yeah.
think why are you two hitting it off?
I don't know. I mean, there's something about Nick that is just so enticing and so welcoming, and he just drew me in. You know?
Have you ever switched hats with him, like you worn his hat and he wears yours?
No, I've asked him that before because he touts that his hat has like the God thing.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to test that theory. I wanted to see if I could hear a God. That'd be freaking sweet, right?
Well, wait a minute. Were you wearing your hat and his hat? Because maybe your hat was, blocking the God.
Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, I was wearing my hat underneath my yeah, right. Like this is like my when people put tinfoil on to like stop the aliens or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Maybe my hat is like the tinfoil.
What is up with you and conspiracy theories? A lot of people say you think all sorts of stuff's happening. So what's up with that?
When you look at everything that exists in this world, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense, But then you look at things like, okay, let me start you with this one. Kent, because you seem like you're a skeptic. Let me start you with this one. You ever been out on the ocean? Like, you ever been out on a boat? You ever
Yeah, sure.
sort of when you look out, is it flat or does it curve? Tell me that. Is it flat or does it curve?
I would say it mainly looks flat.
Right. Okay, it looks flat. So tell me how we can be sitting here on a boat or whatever it is, even when you're flying. Have you ever been on a flight?
Yeah, I've been on a plane.
Yeah,
Sure.
You've been on
yeah.
a plane?
Yeah.
When you're flying over the plane, you're not seeing a ball. You're not seeing a ball. You're
But
seeing
did you
the
see
course.
flying over the
Right.
plane? Because I fly in planes. I don't fly over them. I mean, see, this is why people don't believe you, because your little slip ups like this, where the thing's flat. Like you'll say, look at this house is 2 stories,
Yep.
but why is one of the stairs missing? And I don't know what you're talking about. And then you talk about the bottom stair, and I say there is no bottom stair. The bottom stair is the floor, and you say no, that should have been made into a
Should have been made
a
into
stair. You should have painted it like a stair and continued the railing.
Exactly. See, you're getting it. It should have
No.
been into a stair. Why is the floor not the stair? It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, a lot of people are complaining about you doing weird stuff like, why is one screw higher on the door than the other one? I mean, you try and be like a handyman, but you start the project, then you don't finish it. So Lydia complained her door was off for a week, and apparently you kept it off because you knew she was doing the strips.
Well, okay, that one was, let's be real here. She does the thing at 8 to 8:30. She invites all of us to come watch it. I was like, what's the point of having a door? Like, you want me to fix your door, but then I was sitting there at 8 to 8:30, and I was like, you're wanting us all to come watch it anyway. I might as well just leave the door off.
Right.
Yeah, well, and that's also, it's partially because also I couldn't get the door to fit back into the door frame, because it's my belief that when I took the door off, the frame adjusted itself slightly. Like, we had an earthquake not too long ago.
Right.
So I think the axis of the door frame shifted, and when I tried to put the door back in, it would not fit.
Okay.
Back.
All right. Listen. The last thing I'm going to ask you is, Andrew's complained you're using his toilet. So what happened to your toilet? Each one of you is supposed to have your own toilet.
Okay. So have you ever heard about how the government is tracking us with birds, and that birds are just employees of the government? You ever heard that one?
Yeah, sure.
So that one is 100% true. And the other day, or like a week ago or so, a bird flew into my window. And no joke, it flew into my window.
You mean a drone?
I had it open because I was trying to get the sun in. I was trying to let it get nice in my room. The bird flew in, and it went straight into the bathroom and went down into the toilet. So
okay, but was it a bird or was it a drone? Because you're saying all birds are drones.
Yes, all birds are drones.
So why did you say it was a bird when it was really a drone that flew?
It's disguised as a bird. It's just human language. It's just it's a bird drone, okay?
So you have a bird drone stuck in your toilet.
Flew into my toilet because the government is trying to track my bowel movements, and I don't want that to happen.
All right. Listen, I think we're done talking here. Okay, as we say, the shit has hit the fan. Okay, and it's yours.
Literally.
So yeah.
That's why the bird's in there.
Okay. Well, listen. Go clean your toilet out, and we'll have you talk to other people later. Let's have Lydia come in. Oh, thank God you're wearing clothes. So what is this, Lydia, with you and like, what are you doing between 8 and 8:30 where you're having strip shows?
Okay. I am trying to bring awareness to all of my housemates that there are people that aren't eating in places of the world. I have a theme. Like, Monday nights is for the starving people. Tuesday nights is for the overweight people. Through what night was I on? Wednesday. Wednesday night, of course, is about my pet cause, which is Tastes Like Chicken. The people that don't get to eat any chicken all over the world.
Okay, kind of lost me on that one. What is it? Was that your pet
Tastes
night?
Like Chicken.
So you're saying the dog tastes like chicken? They're eating dogs? Is that what you're saying?
No, dogs don't taste like chicken.
Well,
it's that so Tastes Like Chicken is everyone should taste chicken.
Yeah. Okay.
It's it's a nonprofit that I formed. Are you saying there's trouble with the name?
Well, it's just confusing me. It's pets and then chicken. I suppose people do have pets, chickens.
Yeah.
But it's a little
Sure.
confusing. Most people raise chickens
Okay.
too, not as pets,
Yeah.
more like animals
See,
to
and that
feed
is
us.
why I bring the naked truth to everything,
Oh.
because what you can't confuse
Right.
is nudity.
Okay. So what's
And
Thursday, Friday? I like to hear the other days.
Thursday is for all of the people with no books.
Oh. Okay. They're banning books in
Friday,
some places though. So how does that fit your
right,
book thing? Because they might ban the book you give them.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can't, and in some places they're banning all books,
Right.
like no
So
books.
you're doing a charity to raise for books, but then they'll burn them
No, I'm raising awareness.
to get a
Awareness.
book.
I'm an awareness ambassador.
Okay. Okay.
Do you know oh, what's his name? Do you know Tom? Do you know Tom? Tom
Everybody knows
Cruise.
a
Do you know
Tom.
him?
Yeah, Tom. Everybody knows a Tom.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Not
Have you
sure
heard
what
of
this
him?
has to do with this. Go ahead.
Okay, so Tom introduced me
Yeah.
before he passed. God rest his soul.
Tom's dead?
No,
No.
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 He introduced me to Thich Nhat Hanh. And
Okay.
Thich Nhat Hanh has passed. And old Thich
Okay.
Nhat and I
Thich Nhat.
were very, very close.
Okay.
And Thich Nhat, he appointed me as the ambassador of awareness.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. Let's talk a little bit about the fact that Nick is coming on a regular basis to your strip club. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Awareness club. And you guys are doing sensual massages without touching each other. How does that work?
Right. So, I mean, do you want me to get to like
No, I'm
do
just. Do you do
a
your
little
hands
bit
like
of
an inch from the body? I mean, how does it
right?
work?
You
So it's
just
a heat
you
thing.
have it like right now. I'm gonna massage my head.
I see. Right. Okay. So that's no. Okay. All
See?
right. So okay. Have you ever worn Nick's hat?
I have not worn his hat.
Uh-huh.
I'm a little concerned because he
Yeah.
says that you can hear the voice of somebody named Job. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You don't
I
want
don't like it. Like I was never a fan of that book in the Bible, so I felt like I don't want to hear from Job.
it. Right. What is it like when Andrew just comes and stares at you for half an hour and doesn't say anything and then just leaves when you're doing your strip act?
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like why muddy the waters with words?
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for your insight. I'm going to have Zoe come out now. Thank you, Lydia. Okay. Oh, there's Zoe. Okay. Thank you, Zoe. So, Zoe, how do you feel everything's going in the house here? Who have you connected with?
I think everything's great. I've really connected with Lydia on kind of like this like spiritual level, if you want to call it. Nick's kind of weird. I thought at first he might like me, but he definitely doesn't. He just stares a lot at everybody, and that's kind of something that I'm a little worried about.
Right. Did he ask you to give you a sensual massage that he wouldn't actually touch you, but his hands would be like an inch around you?
No, but he did ask James to do that, apparently. That's what Lydia told me. Lydia told me that Nick wanted to give James one of those.
Okay.
Which
so-
is why I was
so
like, he definitely
Lydia and
doesn't like
James.
me.
Well, he did one with Lydia too, so
hmm
yeah. Okay, so what about Andrew? Because Andrew is kind of a weird guy who comes around and just kind of stares at people and asks weird questions.
He has asked, I've just been around them. He's asked me a couple things, but I've just mainly been like a witness to the strange things he asked. I think it's because of like the show he was on. It just, not a lot of good people have come from that, or not a lot of good things have come from that show. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. So how you getting along with James?
I mean, it could be better. I mean, we just haven't really got to really connect, just more like acquaintances, which is kind of a shame. Um, because I mean, I just have no idea what show he's talking about. I mean, I don't even think it's a real show, but I don't even know. I don't know. Not that wasn't my world. Full House was my world. So
Mm-hmm.
you got it, dude.
Right. So Brian thinks all these weird things are going on, like these conspiracy theories. Has he ever thrown anything at you?
Well, it's he has a point. I mean, when it comes to like tracking the bowel movements, I completely buy that. It's not even anything to buy. It's just fact. It
The bird
sounds
bird drones. So you're buying the bird drone. Went into the toilet. Did he tell you that?
completely. It's just he's the smartest guy I think I've ever met. He is awesome.
Right. He thinks people are living in the middle of the earth.
I mean,
He thinks there's a cult that lives in the center of the earth. That's impossible. It's too hot.
but how do we know that for
Oh
sure?
my God. So he's got you into conspiracy theories, I see.
Conspiracy or fact? Potato, potato.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. We'll be seeing you later. Let's bring Andrew out right now.
Well, hi.
Okay. Hi, Andrew. A lot of people are saying that you walk up to them, you stare at them, and then you ask a really weird question. So what's up with that?
Yeah. So that's just me getting to know people. Is that not how you get to know people? I thought that was how you get to know people. I mean, that's what Amanda told me to do. Just go up to people and look them up and down and then ask them a question. And it doesn't even matter what question that you ask.
Okay, so Amanda's your role model?
Amanda is my role model. She got me arrested, but I have forgiven her for that. And Amanda, if you are out there watching, just know that I have forgiven you, and I will totally take you up on that laser tag session that we never got to.
Okay. Amanda was very funny. I watched that show, so I think I saw you on the show. It was a fantastic show, great talent. But then she had some sort of kind of a breakdown. So maybe you should look for other people as well as her to help mentor you.
I mean, she had a breakdown. I had a breakdown. We're both.
What was your breakdown?
My breakdown was getting arrested for marijuana possession. Have you not been listening?
Okay. Yes, I was listening. That seemed to be a little passive aggressive behavior. Do you have some passive aggressive parents?
No, absolutely not. No, they're not passive aggressive at all. No.
You and your father didn't get along, did you?
We did not. And that was part of the reason that when I moved to LA with my mother, I asked that he not come along.
Right. So you helped facilitate the divorce of your parents.
Correct.
And you don't have any resentment towards that?
I do have resentment towards him to this day.
Mm-hmm. You haven't called him? You haven't talked to him?
No.
Yeah.
No.
He became an alcoholic. He's done? Yeah, he became an alcoholic, and he's not doing so well. You might not have that much longer to live. You might want to reconcile with him.
Well, to that I say good riddance. Okay. Good riddance.
Okay, so let's go to the people in the house real quick. Something happened between you and Zoe. What happened between you and Zoe?
Mm-hmm. So I had I was doing the normal thing where you meet people, you look them up and down, and then you ask them a question, like Amanda taught me, and I just asked her, what goldfish is your favorite? And she looked at me and said, what kind of a question is that?
Right. And when you go into Lydia's for her strips sometimes. You go in and you
Yeah.
do the same thing. You look up and down her, but then you don't say anything. You actually run out of the room. So what's going on with that?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm uncomfortable with nudity.
Uh-huh.
I really don't. I don't like it at
Yeah.
all. But I look at it and it takes
Right.
a few minutes for me to process what I'm seeing.
Your mother was a
but
stripper.
Yeah, she was.
Okay. So your father's an alcoholic. Your mother's a stripper. You don't get along with your father. You don't obviously live with your mother anymore. I know you had to move back in shortly after you got out for the possession. And I know there's a lot of pent-up frustration. But hopefully this show will help you out. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Thank you.
James, come on out. Okay, so James, a lot of people in the house don't seem to know you that well. I try to get people to talk about you. So what seems to be going on with you that some people don't even believe you were on that show. So
Is that really what this is about?
well, just one person said that to me, so I figured I'd bring that up. They're just
Was it
wondering.
Zoe?
Yes, it was.
I don't know what the hell happened between me and her. I got to be honest. Can I tell you this story from the beginning? Is that cool?
Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead.
So, I get here, and the first 2.5 to 3 weeks, things are going good between us. There's rapport. We're inseparable. We pass each other in the hallway a lot. We cross paths. We eat meals together. We talk about what it was like to be on set, how it was great. That we're still chasing and riding those highs. What we do with our royalties and shit. And then all of a sudden, I just get the cold shoulder. I get the cold shoulder out of nowhere. I get the cold shoulder. Ridiculous. Stupid.
What do you think? Do you think all women love you or something? You don't think a woman can give you a cold shoulder? Do you think all women think?
I never said that. Did I say that, Mr. Words in my mouth?
Well, you have some anger issues, don't you? You did get a little angry with what happened. I can see that when you hit the guy with the pet
All
rock.
right, look, nobody likes rejection, okay? Stop talking to me cold turkey. And now there's this whole thing in which she doesn't even believe I was on a show. Doesn't think I'm one of the cast and crew here. And it's now she's all infatuated with fucking Brian. And I mean, Brian's a good dude. Our studios were next to each other and shit. But I don't know why he hasn't backed me either in this.
Okay, so he's not saying that you worked on the show next to him because you think he's trying to get in her pants and he's trying to make you look bad, so that's why she thinks she didn't work on the show and you're making this up?
No, I'm not making this up. Brian must have been fucking jealous of what I had with Zoe and must have talked her out of it or just put this false shit in her head. I mean, I like Brian. He's a great guy. Absolutely good dude. But I mean, some of the stuff that he believes in.
Yeah, he's a little weird.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
The last thing I want to say to you is you kind of started getting on Nick about his whole hat and God thing, and what was going on with that?
That motherfucker, that hat wearing motherfucker. I mean, he tried to get me to do stuff during the first 3 weeks of this stuff. He kept whispering things in my ear. He would never just come up to me. He would always come up from behind and he'd whisper it like this. He'd say, "You got to do these things, James. You got to go out and you get me the sugar, James. It's just I have no idea what this guy's deal is. He's always
You're an atheist, okay? And he's into God and he hears God and talks to God, and you're an atheist, so you don't believe you can hear God, and you guys have had it out, and you said you threatened him once.
Look, he got a little too close and personal, if you don't mind me saying. He kept trying to do this massage thing where you don't really touch me, and I know that's where he's going.
Okay, I want you to stay out here. I'm going to bring Nick out right now, and everybody's going to get a couple minutes to talk with each other. So let's bring Nick out. We're going to take me away. I'm going to go out to the truck, and you got a couple minutes for you and Nick to hash this out.
No. Whatever it is, the answer is no.
Hello.
No.
No, I just want to say hello. I don't need anything. Just want to get to know you.
Yeah, you want to get to know me, huh? Well, what do you want to know? My life's an open book.
Is it an open book? See, James, I looked into the rock thing, and I tried to find some episodes, and they're all locked on a Vimeo account. It's the only place I could find them. James, did you make this rock show?
My rock show is it's none of look. It's none of your business. Okay, it's all public record.
Oh,
It's-
James,
it's-
it's okay. I won't tell nobody about your rock show, James.
I
He's
was
got
on
a
that
job.
show.
I
I
know.
got
you.
royalties to prove it.
Okay. I trust you. Did anything happen on your show makes you so angry and defensive about it? Right, yeah, I can see it. James, it's okay. It's a safe space. You can talk to me. We can be friends. You and I can be real close, you know. You just gotta trust me. I'm a good guy, you know. Just because I made some other people do some things doesn't mean I'm gonna make you do some things. You could be my right hand.
Look. All right, fine. You want to know the truth?
I would love
I'll
to.
tell you the truth.
Yeah, please.
I made the show.
You
There was
made
no-
the show, really?
There was no actual fucking. I paid for everything out of pocket.
That's
And I tried to act in it too, and just the reviews came in, and they called it the worst kids show on time, and they told me I had no future, that I couldn't act, and I couldn't stand it anymore. I lost it. I totally fucking lost it. I took the rock, and I took my future back by clubbing that guy, and he dropped like a sack of potatoes, and right, that led to a messy string of things, a messy string of events.
No, it's good. It's good. You see that fire in your eyes, James. That's good. You need to tap into that fire. You need to let that fire consume you, but you need to control that fire. You know what I mean?
Okay, Zoe and Lydia, please meet now. Zoe and Lydia, come meet.
Hi, darling.
Hey, beautiful. How's it hanging?
It's okay. I'm trying to explain, to Kent about, bringing awareness. And what I realize is that I need to bring awareness to unawareness.
That makes a lot of sense. And
Yeah.
I think you should just keep trying your hardest, and it'll happen for sure.
Yeah, but what do you do? Like, what do you do when you get frustrated, when you're not able to, be heard?
Well, my therapist suggested, because I like to go for fire. Just
Right.
the way my brain is wired, it's not like I could have helped it or anything.
No, of course not.
She told me to get a doll and just kind of like
Stick.
put
Ooh,
little pins in,
Okay.
and then it just takes the stress away. I start to feel much better.
Oh, that's good.
And make sure they're
Is-
color coded too, so that you know which ones to put where.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
But the doll, does it represent somebody or no?
It represents someone I once knew, who
Oh.
gave me a great opportunity.
Yeah. Maybe I could. Do you have another doll? Do you have an extra doll, maybe? Or
I have tons, yes, and I can absolutely share. Absolutely.
great. That's another thing. Like, how many people on this planet don't have dolls?
I don't know. That sounds like a question for Brian, quite frankly. He knows a lot about the world and who has what and who's watching who.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. Have you gotten a chance
Right.
to talk to that guy?
No. But I want to talk to him. What do you so here's my strategy. I decided that I want to stay here. So I have said as little as possible and stripped as much as possible.
I mean, I'm not going to argue, or I'm not going to complain about the stripping thing. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Fat Tuesdays tonight, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
very excited about it.
Yeah.
Okay, Andrew and Brian, please come out and meet now. Andrew and Brian.
So,
Ah,
no birds have flown into your bathroom directly?
no, I think
Okay.
I'm safe.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay. Well, what else has been going on in your? And we talked about the birds. We talked about the Earth. Like, any other
Right.
weird abnormal things going
Right.
on with you?
Well,
Or?
so I've been like getting a stitch in my side for the past like couple of days. I don't know what that's about.
Stitch in your side. Okay. Yeah, well, that could be a number of things. But the primary one is that you are feeling some sort of anger or resentment towards somebody in this house, and I think it's James.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
What can I say? Of course it's James. Look, James is great. Okay, James is
Right.
great, but he
Right. Well,
he just does some stuff that really just rattles my gears, and it frankly angers me. Like he claims, right, and this is just again, this is just a claim. It's a claim. He claims that his show from years ago, the one that he was famous for, the Rocks show, the Pet Rocks, the superhero show,
Right.
whatever it was, that our studios were directly next to each other. That's what he said. But you want to know how I know that's bullshit?
because you never saw him.
Well, no, not just that, because I never saw him at the studio. You're right about that. What he means is that we were neighbors. Okay, his house was right next to mine. I never once saw him in a studio lot. Never saw him in a studio lot at all. So my thinking is he did something with this show. This Pet Rock show that he did something with it in his house. And it wasn't actually like a studio network show, but like, do you remember in like the mid 2000s, you remember Annoying Orange, that show on YouTube?
Yeah.
I have a very big suspicion that Pet Rocks the series was like that, because think about it. Have you ever heard of Pet Rocks the series until today?
I have not.
Me either. And that's
Okay, Nick and Zoe, please meet now. Nick and Zoe.
Look, point blank, gotta ask you, love. The hat's been talking to me. Are you gonna burn this place down?
Where would you get an idea like that?
The kerosene
Nicholas?
in your room?
The what? What is that?
Right.
I don't know. Have you been in my room? That's terrible. Looking through my things. I'm going to tell Kent.
Well, you leave the door open some nights when you stumble in there real drunk. You know, when
that doesn't mean I'm going to look through your things. If you're drunk and I'm not just going to go into your room.
Not looking through your things. Right, sometimes you're just out late, having a nip yourself, and you want to be a good neighbour, so you close the door. Right, I'm doing nothing suspicious. You got to trust me. You just got to trust me. It's fine. I'm not looking through your things. Your lighting is very nice, though.
Oh.
It's hanging on the wall. It's hard to not notice, you know.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, it's my room, so like, can I like really trust you then? Like, for like.
What have I done? What have I done? I've been a good neighbor.
I mean, look through my things. That's like a little bit weird, but like.
Okay, there's cases of it. There's cases of it sitting underground. Right, it's not like I was going snooping through some drawers and I found a small thing of butane. No, you've got cans of kerosene. It's like you're going camping. You got a camping trip planned for us.
Yeah, it's a big camping trip in the house that we're all gonna do in the house.
In the house? We've got a big backyard. We can go camping outside.
Yeah, but it's more like a glamping thing because, like, I think we're all kind of used to this lifestyle of like, just I don't know, not being out in the wilderness.
So we're staying in the house.
Yeah, we're all gonna stay in the house, probably in like
one big tent.
Yeah, in a tent in like that attic.
The attic.
Yeah, there's like an attic that I found. It's really cool.
You found this attic in this house. Right, I'm gonna need to see this attic, right? You gotta bring me to this attic, and then we can decide. Maybe it will be a good place for us. You know, I'm down
Yeah.
for a good camping experience. Have it all in one place at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, James and Brian, go ahead and meet now. James and Brian.
I just don't understand why you won't have my back on this. Like, dude, it's me. You know that our studios were next to each other. You
Yeah.
know that we spent part of our childhoods together.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Because
Why
I
are you
know
doing me dirty like
James-
this?
Listen, because I know you're full of shit about our studios thing. I know it. And you know what else I know? I know that I don't have your back on this because you know that I've been the one who's had the crush on Zoe since we were 6. And then you were just trying to get after her because I was the one who was all into it.
She chose me, and you know it.
And
So
I
you
think
can
that
you've
choice is
just been bitter
bullshit.
about this for years, and that's why you're doing this.
I think she was influenced by government mind probes.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
You planted those government mind
Dude,
probes.
you have been on my ass to put in these stupid fucking light bulbs all over the house every
Yes.
3 days. And
Correct.
like an idiot, I was your friend and humored you into doing this. Well, guess what, Brian? The government's going to hear all of our thoughts now, and they're going to hear and find out that Zoe liked me instead of you.
Wait, wait. How is the government going to hear our thoughts? Because those light bulbs are supposed to be anti-government mind probe light bulbs.
There's no such fucking thing as an anti-government mind probe, Brian. Do you even hear yourself? Jesus fucking Christ, bro.
Well then, fuck. What do you mean? What do you mean? No. There has to be anti.
Everything
Because if
you
there are
think-
government mind probes, there has to be anti-government mind probes, James. How are you not getting that?
Everything you think is a giant hoax, dude. That's why Zoe doesn't like you. She thinks you're a fucking loon.
Okay, Andrew and Lydia, please meet. Andrew and Lydia.
Hi, Andrew.
Oh,
Are
I'm
you just
sorry.
gonna be?
I'm sorry. I was just looking to make sure everything was safe. No nudity.
No. It's not time yet. Although I am seriously considering adding to the schedule. I think that there are way too many things to bring awareness to. What?
Yeah, I don't think you need to add to the schedule. I think if anything you need to take away from the schedule. Away, maybe completely.
But there's it's only 30 minutes a day.
I don't think nudity has its place in even 1 minute of the day. Honestly, I'm sorry.
Andrew, hold on.
I feel like
I'm going to be sick. What did you say? What?
I don't feel like nudity has any place in the day.
Andrew, open your eyes. Come on,
my eyes are open. My eyes are open, and you have clothes on, which I'm very grateful for. That just needs to happen more often.
Okay, I need you. Okay, I can see that the universe has asked me and charged me with bringing awareness to you, with bringing you the awareness of the beauty of nudity. And so I'm just gonna
no.
really quickly. It's okay. It won't hurt. Just wait a
My
second.
stomach
It'll
hurts.
be fine. No. It's okay. I'm just doing one strap. Look, just the shoulder. See?
That's
See the shoulder?
No.
Now, does that?
Put it back.
Okay. All right.
Okay, if Nick and Lydia and Brian can meet now, Nick and Lydia and Brian.
Okay.
Is it time?
No, it's not time. I was trying to bring, some awareness to Andrew. It didn't go well. He didn't like it.
What are Nick and I
into
doing
it.
here if it's not time yet?
I thought it was
Well,
time.
because
It's always
I
time.
no, it's not always time.
Always.
What I'm doing, first of all, time is an illusion and a construct. It's not even
Thank
real.
you.
But
Someone else gets it.
secondly,
Thank you. Tell that to
yeah,
James. God damn.
right. What's wrong with James?
He doesn't get it. He doesn't
Doesn't
get
get
it.
what?
That's all.
Doesn't get it right. No, I think
Get it.
James. I think James will come around. You know,
Did
Yeah.
Job tell you that?
Job. No. It's just I saw the passion inside James, and no, I haven't heard anything from the Lord or Job. What?
The Lord.
Right, is who is
Job
talking.
is the Lord.
No,
What?
I think you just misheard me for the entire time we've been here. It's because of my thick, very real accent.
Oh, because right, I know it's very Glendale. Can I ask you a question?
Yes,
Are
ma'am.
you saying that the hat isn't God or isn't Job? It's God.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Oh.
is my time. It's why so many people listen to me. It's because God is
Oh.
talking to me. He's not some Old Testament prophet, just that one guy who wrote that book one time.
Well, maybe
He's
you
the
and
guy
I
who pulled the
should
guys to
come
write the book.
together and bring awareness. And hey, Brian, you could get on board with this. We could bring awareness to what was your thing again that you're upset about? You're upset about James. Awareness to
He
James.
doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it.
Dickishness.
He doesn't get
Yeah.
that the world is different from how it's presenting itself to the human race.
Yeah.
Is what he's not getting.
Look, Brian, I think you've got a great opportunity. Look, Zoe wants to get together, everybody, to get into an attic party. Right? She found an attic. We're going to get into the attic.
There's an attic in this house?
There's an attic in this house, right? She brought me there. I've seen it. It's real.
Why would we go to the attic?
Wow.
Well, we're going to have a slumber party in the attic, right? And it's going
a
to
slumber?
right. It's a good idea because then Lydia, you can convince Andrew. We can all convince Andrew that your art is a beautiful thing, and it doesn't need to necessarily be in certain parameters, and it can just be all the time, not
Right.
just for me and Brian, but for everybody. You know, everybody deserves this.
I mean, as long
Salvation.
as it's indoors. I don't
Well,
do
the attic,
outdoors.
indoors,
The
right?
attic.
And then Brian, you can talk to James, and we can all become buddy in the attic. I feel like it'll be a very purifying night. You
Okay,
know?
Andrew, Zoe, and James, please meet now.
Keep your hands where I can see them, James, please. Don't anything
on,
planted
I'm
on
not-
me.
I'm not going to do anything, all right?
All right,
Yeah.
well, just, for good measure.
Jesus. Look, I can say, honestly, I've changed a lot. So I have a lot more sustenance, and there's a lot more to me that you don't know. I found faith. I really have. I've been listening very much to Nick.
James. We don't listen to Nick.
Why?
No, Nick's crazy.
Well, how do you know that?
Because I see what kind of stuff he does.
Well, look, I'll give you that. The hand massages, they're really weird at first. Like, but it totally defines leap of faith. Yeah. You just got to really commit to it. I'm going to keep my hands right here, Zoe. But if you would just allow me to massage you without actually touching. Yes, that right there. Good. Come on, smile for me. Come on, just like the old days. Come on, you know you want to.
I hate this.
No.
You're with the government.
That doesn't work.
Oh my God, are you?
Work.
You're really gonna side with him?
Brian told me everything.
Yeah.
Everything about what?
About your little chips that you planted all over me. To track me, control my every move.
Because of that night I had Doritos? Like those were just crumbs, okay? Sometimes I snack in bed.
Well, that's just disgusting.
What? It was Cool Ranch. I mean, who doesn't like Cool Ranch? Come on.
No one likes Cool Ranch.
No one likes Cool Ranch. What are you
cheese?
fucking kidding me?
Absolutely
Nacho
no one.
cheese
You are
and peanut M&Ms.
brainwashed. You are
Okay.
so brainwashed by what happened to you?
What happened to me is I got smart, okay? Unlike
You-
Andrew.
You say you got smart, but you got arrested for arson, okay?
Okay, it was probably James. I bet he planted chips all over my body, and that caused me to light that house on fire.
What?
I need to tell Brian this. I need to tell
No,
Brian
this
You
is
know what? That
ridiculous.
makes sense. That
If
makes a
anything,
whole
Brian's
lot of sense.
prepared. Wait a minute. You guys, we are all losing perspective here. Okay. If anything, Brian is trying to get us to hate each other so that we won't kick him off the show. I mean, the same has got to be true for Lydia too. I mean, you know, they're trying. Don't you see what they're doing here? They're trying to pit us against each other.
I mean,
Okay,
here's
thank
the
you
thing, though.
to Andrew. Please stay out here. We're going to bring Nick out here. I know each one of you only has one more player you haven't talked to, so we're going to bring Nick out here for a second because, and I'm going to be doing some voiceover with you guys. Nick, he says you're crazy and no one should like you and everything you're doing. You want to respond to Andrew?
Andrew, it's fine. You know, a lot of people have said that I'm crazy. You know, they don't believe me. That God talks to me through my hat, and that's fine. That's fine. You know, it's not for everybody. I'm not mad at you, right? You know, there's nothing wrong with it.
So here's the thing, Nick. This isn't Hogwarts. Hats don't talk.
Well, no, they don't talk to most people, but this one talks to me. It only works for me. I can't tell you why. It's just the Lord doing
Right,
it.
right. That's like me saying, stick my hand in an ocean. You know, I'm gonna feel cool water.
You might.
But if anyone else sticks their hand in the ocean, they're just, you know, gonna be swept away.
Well, would that not make you just a special ocean man then, Andrew?
No, because that's ridiculous.
What?
That's
Why?
absolutely ridiculous.
Why
I mean,
not?
the physics of the situation, you stick your hand in the ocean, you're going to be swept away. You know, obviously.
You know, maybe the ocean likes you. You know, maybe it likes you more than everybody else. Is that not a feasible possibility?
Yeah, and maybe, you know, light shoots out of your ass, but that's you know,
Yeah,
that's not realistic.
Okay, thank you too. That made absolutely no sense. I don't know what the hell I just heard. Let me listen, Lydia and James. You two come on out here. You've got some stuff you want to talk about. I know Lydia doesn't like you, James, for some reason, and let's find out why.
If I had to guess, it would be because I told you I've never had chicken soup and I'm sure I can't read. And yes, I might have had a little bit of an ulterior motive in that moment, but I was not trying to manipulate you at all. I was being truthful. I really can't read.
Okay. I don't have any problem with people not being able to read. I'm just for books. I just want people to have books.
That does have to do with the books on my end. Like I can't open up a book and then just start reading. So like a book is useless for me. So I would fit that category.
Whoa. A book is never useless. A book can open your eyes to letters.
Well, you mean like the pictures thing? Like if there's, you know, pictures.
Well, if there are pictures, yes, obviously that is lovely, and I do like pictures.
I would love a book with pictures of you naked. I'm pretty sure I could read that.
But that's not. I don't have that kind of book. Listen, my nakedness is not a form of pornography. It is a form of altruism. It's a form of charity. It is about bringing awareness. Like I have so many more things that I
take your top off because of chicken soup, and I tell you that I haven't had chicken soup, and you don't take your top off. I don't get it. Okay?
No. It tastes like chicken is about bringing.
Okay, fine. Good. I want to taste your chicken.
Awareness.
Is it really that bad for me to say that out loud?
You want to taste my chicken?
Yes.
No, you don't get near my chicken. Zoe has already told me about the chips, and don't you try to put a chip in me. Because
Okay, all right.
won't.
Thank you too. We have one relationship that's been unresolved, and that's Zoe and Brian. And let's bring them out to see if they can resolve their relationship of flirtation.
Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Brian.
So, James is full of it, right? Like you saw that?
He is more full of shit than a porta potty on a freeway. I mean, he is
Yes.
an absolute piece of shit bullshitter.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know where he gets his ideas from. He just pulls stuff right out of his shitty ass, and it
That's
is
so
it's
true.
a little
That's so
much.
true. I can't believe that it's taken me this long to get you to see that about him. Yeah.
I'm sorry it took so long for me
It's
to
okay.
see that.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as you
Yeah.
told me about what, like, just the whole spitting when I brush my teeth and I spit into the sink, that the government is taking my saliva to make
Right.
robots,
Yes,
I
exactly.
knew I could trust you and I could just believe everything that you say.
Yeah.
And so I'm sorry that
That's
it took
okay.
me so long.
That's okay. You know, it's I'm just glad we're at this point now where we can bond over how dumb James is, you know?
Oh my god, fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you think you can make some macaroni salad for this little slumber party that I'm having up in the attic?
Yeah, totally. Which I'm super excited for, by the way. I can't wait.
It's gonna be like crazy. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, if everybody can come on back in now, we're going to vote somebody off. Bring me back in too. And okay, so we're going to be voting somebody off today, and then we'll do our closing monologues with the one kicked off. We'll do the final monologue. Okay. So Brian, who would you like to kick off the show today?
You know, it truly pains me to say this because we've been friends for so long, but James is going to need to get out of this house.
Okay, one for James. Okay, let's go down to Zoe.
I think that James can really take his Cool Ranch Doritos and shove them right up his ass.
Wow, James. Is it going to be a landslide against poor James? Andrew.
Well, I just think everybody here is so smart, and it's so hard to choose. And then you go and look at Nick.
You want
Nick
Nick
should
off?
be kicked off.
Okay, Nick. Okay, well, let's go now to Lydia.
Okay, I just want to say that first of all, Cool Ranch Doritos, yuck, and you stay away from my chickens. But I hate to do this, but I need to bring some awareness to Andrew that his fear of nudity is ridiculous, and I have to vote Andrew. I'm sorry.
Andrew. Okay, well, we have two for James. We have Andrew and Nick. But now Nick gets a vote. So where are you going with that vote?
You know I'm not going to vote myself off. That would be ridiculous. Honestly, everybody here has been great. I've enjoyed my time with every single person. But there's one of you that just doesn't like me, and we can't be having that now. So Andrew, you can bugger off.
Andrew. So Andrew and James got those votes. Okay. So now, James, who do you want to vote off?
Well, I'm obviously not going to vote for myself. I think I'm going to go with Brian. You know, you're not going to get away with this.
Brian. That's terrible because by you voting for Brian, you and Andrew are both going to be going off the show together simultaneously. Because
I could have voted for Andrew. Oh,
yeah, you could have voted for Andrew and stayed on the show. But that's
I want to
okay.
take my vote back.
You can't do that. You can't do that. And well, if all you guys could go wait, we're going to have to do closing monologues, ending with, of course, James and his stupidity. Go ahead. Okay, I'm going to take me off, and let's start with Nick.
Well, it didn't quite go exactly as I wanted to. James is a little bit stupider than I thought. I thought that he would be a good ally after this, but honestly, after seeing that dreadful performance, maybe he's for the best. I think I still got a pretty good shot of this, especially if everyone goes to that attic party. Maybe I'll conveniently get indigestion and not be there, you know.
Brian.
This is really a great day for all of us here in the house. We're getting rid of 2 birds with 1 stone. That was absolutely incredible. And as much shit as I give the government, they came in clutch here, giving James that little feedback to go for me instead of going for Andrew. So now they're both gone. I can't believe that worked. Truly thankful.
Lydia.
So I'm #blessed to still be here. I have so many new causes. I honestly don't know when my clothes will be on anymore. I do have to say that all of the people here are a little crazy. I mean, but don't I know this is our time, right? Our secret time. And secretly, my chicken kind of liked James.
Zoe.
I mean, everything kind of just worked out the way I wanted. James is a fucking dumbass, and he just proved it to all of us. I convinced Nick that I'm not going to commit any tomfoolery, and we're going to have a really steamy attic party that I'm excited to throw.
Andrew.
This is the worst day of my life. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know the rules of this competition. Like, what the hell? And the crazy people are winning? I mean, what is this? Maybe Zoe has a point. Maybe instead of smoking weed, we should just burn down all the houses.
James.
You think you know people. You work next to them, you live with them, you start a relationship with one, and then they get together in some kind of like dramatic Shakespearean fashion, and they stick the fucking knife in your back. Well, there's only one thing left to do before I make my final exit. I'm gonna eat a whole bunch of Cool Ranch Doritos and take a giant shit all over Zoe's bed!
And this has been Reality House. Everybody come on back in so we can look at James's horror, pain, and sadness. That has been our show. We're going to be back in 4 weeks with a brand new show. I think we might do something to do with Naked and Afraid. That's what's been going around. So that might be the next one that we may do, which is going to be crazy. We've done it in short form, but we've never done it in long form. Let's introduce our cast today. Again, I'm Ken Scove. Brian.
Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to watch out for those birds.
Zoe.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching, and be sure to watch out for those Cool Ranch Doritos.
Andrew.
Thanks for watching. Watch out for weird men in strange hats.
Lydia.
I second that. Thanks for watching, everybody.
James.
My spiritual guide told me to vote and Brian off.
Nick.
Join a cult.
Okay, everybody, wave goodbye. We'll see you in 4 weeks with a brand new, probably Naked and Afraid long form.